7
right,
and which was they were bought. They were money was not taken out from your kitty, but it was a loan was taken for that. And today the interest which is being paid by the PIA against those planes were bought on a higher price. There was a allegation at that time that somebody had an interest in all those deals, and somebody benefited out of those deals. Then in fact that is the amount which is still against the PIA, which the PIA has to pay back. That's one of the reasons for that.
Okay, Senator, tell me something. Why are the stories, and I'm saying stories because I don't have evidence, I asked General Saab for proof because there is no proof, but why are the stories, the rumors, the talk, the whispering campaign about the incredible corruption of this government, where this cannot all be smoke without fire?
It is very unfortunate, I tell you, that a politician goes against a politician. You see a case of an NLC, the way the generals sitting over there, the way they invested the money in the stock exchange and the amount which was lost over there.
You're talking about 2006, I think.
Exactly. What happened over there at that time, you know.
I'm asking you about your government.
And who are the people? So
you didn't call up anybody.
There are accusations against us, and until and unless there is some proof, leveling a charge against or leveling an allegation against is a very simple thing.
Senator, then
they are sitting in the Public Account Committee. They can go for accountability over there. They can go for the scrutiny over there. In fact, if they have got anything against them,
140 billion rupees have been
let them prove it over there.
General Qadir Baloch.
140 billion rupees have been brought back because of the PSC being chaired by the leader of the opposition.
For which years? For which years?
Well, whatever.
For which years? When we were not in the government.
No.
We were not in the government.
Irrespective of that fact, there has been I want to make a point. I want to make a point that there is an accountability if that's being given. Because we are heading that setup, we have gone for that accountability and we got the money back. Similarly, acquisition was put against the NLC. The three generals are facing court martials. Their inquiry has been ordered and I know about it, that they are going to be court martialed. The accountability is going to be there. They should speak. The Senator Sahab should speak as to what are they doing on the front of accountability. So many charges are being leveled against them.
They have just come up with an accountability bill.
It is the talk in the streets all over. Everybody is talking about it. It's not.
That's an issue. That's an issue within the Standing Committee Accountability Bill.
Yeah.
And in PML-N, they themselves were asked to be on the board and suggest amendments in that law.
They are, and they keep saying that it keeps coming back to them. Anusha Rahman knows about it on a daily basis.
Senator may not be knowing it, but I was sitting in that committee and we deliberated for 45 days and they were not coming around. And Mr. Babar Awan, he said and both Rahman Malik, they said we are against this law. There should be no law whatsoever. It should be left to the public. And if they said that if it was their bill, they would have never brought in a law. This is what they were trying to advocate there.
Okay, I'm going to quickly take Humayun Saab because I'm running out of time. But Humayun Saab, one, of course, obviously when this whole situation goes round and round and round, do you believe that this government is corrupt? Because you haven't said so, but do you think corruption is a problem?
Well, I think corruption has always been a problem in Pakistan, starting from the lowest level, moving up. Certainly, there are allegations this time around of huge corruption. But I think Mr. Bokhari is right. Allegations have to be proved in a court of law for them to become reality. But the allegations very definitely are there.
And in the Punjab?
What about the Punjab?
Is there corruption in Punjab, like Senator Nayyar Bokhari said?
Well, the allegations, obviously some allegations are there, but not as much as the rest of the country.
Not as much as for the federal government. Okay, Senator Nayyar Bokhari basically said you have to look into the figures of the Punjab as well, which we didn't do in this program. But are you saying your government is corruption-free in Punjab?
so far no fingers have been raised against any of the functionaries of Punjab government.
Whereas that
neither against the
government
Chief
that has
Minister
gone
nor
into
any
those.
of the ministers. Right?
Sasti roti.
So far.
Sasti roti,
That's
they have done.
justifiable. It went to the
Sasti
poor,
roti,
right?
roti, it was not put in
It
didn't go to our tummy.
The medicines, the medicines bought for the spray and for the dengue, whereas that
Okay,
money
these are important questions.
One would say that the tents are being bought for the flood affected people. You
Oh,
know, and
that would be coming on the website. That would be coming on the website.
Okay.
And,
I'm
and
afraid
you have
I'm
got
out of
every
time.
right to scrutinize that. You have
Okay,
got
I'm
every
out of
right to
time
that.
here. I'm out of time over here, so I'm going to have to leave it there. I'd like to thank my guests, Senator Nayyar Hussain Bokhari, Lieutenant General retired Qadir Baloch, and Humayun Akhtar Khan from Lahore for having joined me in today's program. And I leave you with the very, very saddening story that appeared in some newspapers today about a man who went and handed over his child to a unit of the government saying, I can't afford to feed my child anymore, so here, somebody else take it. Stories coming up repeatedly of people trying to sell their children, give away their children, asking someone to take their children because they can't afford to feed and clothe them anymore. The real question remains is that the PML-N is going to be calling for street protest. And the crucial point that Humayun Akhtar Khan reiterated is that there has to be a fine line between protests by political parties and protests that spill out of control and then are led by nobody but wild mobs of people. The lucky ones end up with what we call the Arab Spring. We hope that Pakistan doesn't end up with the opposite of a spring. Quatrina Hossain saying Khuda Hafiz from Islamabad.